Nearly 24 cars broken into in Winchester subdivisions. We'll tell you why police are saying it's a crime of opportunity next.
It's another bumpy evening for many of us across central and eastern Kentucky. Additional strong thunderstorms are firing up, and we're tracking them all on Live First Alert Defender.
A head-on crash on a central Kentucky road leaves one person dead. We're live with the latest now at 4.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4.
Good afternoon. I'm Jennifer Palumbo. It's another stormy day across the region. Some places could see heavy rain and lightning. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey is tracking the threat on First Alert Defender. Chris?
Yeah, Jennifer, similar to what we've had over the past couple of days, and especially yesterday, atmosphere is primed for additional strong thunderstorms to go up as we go through the next several hours. This isn't necessarily a severe weather event, though maybe some localized high winds a possibility. This, similar to yesterday, very much a heavy rain and lightning situation that is taking shape again. Live First Alert Defender tracking the increase in showers and storms now across parts of central and especially southeastern Kentucky. A couple of waves of thunderstorms. Salyersville back to the west toward Beattyville. Some big time boomers here from Knott County back toward the southwest, northern parts of Leslie County. Folks around the Hazard area, you'll have to deal with this line of thunderstorms coming through Buckhorn here in about another half hour or so. London, Corbin, we're in okay shape for now. Somerset, a big-time light show is just off to your southwest. Keeping an eye on Wayne County, Monticello here. This is an area that picked up a lot of rain yesterday. You've got another big-time thunderstorm cluster right on top of this area, so flooding is a possibility here across especially the northern sections of Wayne County. Lexington Metro now beginning to see a little cell on top of Georgetown, another to the northeast of Nicholasville. Nothing into downtown Lexington, though. A little noisemaker is right on top of Carlisle and Paris into Bourbon County. Those thunderstorms are now developing back to the west, and some indication we may see this corridor filling in over the next several hours with these clusters of heavy rain producing storms that continue to make their way on into town. Jennifer, there is a definite tropical connection. Here's what's left of Bill, a big time center of circulation with that right on top of Dallas. I'm tracking that toward Kentucky when I come back in 15 minutes.
Thanks, Chris. We're tracking several breaking news alerts. We begin with a deadly crash in Montgomery County. It happened this afternoon at the intersection of Kentucky 11 at Bunker Hill Road, just north of Mount Sterling. The road is expected to stay closed for the next few hours. Garrett Weimer is live at the scene with the breaking details. Garrett?
Jennifer, just in the last 5 minutes, we were allowed up to the scene here. You can see right now tow trucks are loading up those cars and cleaning up the mess as investigators continue their measurements. Now, just a little bit ago, Officer Don flew over the crash scene here in Sky First, and in this video you can see just how violent the crash was. A truck on its side, the front end of the car just smashed. Montgomery County Sheriff Fred Shortridge says it was about 1 o'clock this afternoon when the truck here on Kentucky 11 crossed the center line and hit that car head on. The two people inside the truck were taken to the hospital, but the man inside the car was pronounced dead at the scene. It all happened here near Bunker Hill Road in front of the Judy Drive-In. Kentucky State Police are still on scene here helping with accident reconstruction. And at this point, Kentucky 11 is still closed from the crash and has been since 1. But from what the sheriff has told us, with the cleanup going on here, it shouldn't be too much longer before they are able to open Kentucky 11 back up. Live in Montgomery County, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
We're also tracking a deadly motorcycle crash in Madison County that happened about 1:30 this afternoon on Union City Road. The Madison County Rescue Squad posted to its Facebook page the road has reopened. No other details have been released. And we're tracking an attempted bank robbery that happened this afternoon in Lexington. Police say they were called at 1 o'clock after someone tried to rob the People's Exchange Bank on Richmond Road. They say a man wearing all black and a bandana over his face tried to walk into the bank. The front door was locked, and Lexington police say the man used a large potted plant to break a window in the door, then ran away. Police used dogs to search for him, but so far there have been no arrests. A crime alert this afternoon in Winchester, where police have a warning for drivers. They're investigating a series of car break-ins in the Holiday Hills and Windridge Drive neighborhoods. WKYT's Jordan Valines has this crime tracker report in our top story at 4.
Winchester police say from Monday night into Tuesday morning, they received nearly 24 phone calls from residents here saying that their cars had been either rifled through and in some cases their personal belongings were stolen. Today, police told us there were at least 20 cars that the burglars opened and looked through, but they only took items from 6 of those cars, those items being mostly electronics and firearms. Winchester police say that all of the cars broken into were either parked on the street or in the driveways of these homes. Early Tuesday morning, police say they received the first call from a resident saying they knew their car had been broken into because their belongings were scattered across the pavement and in their front yard.
We assume that these thieves had gone to several vehicles and they're just going to the vehicles that they find unlocked. So no telling how many actual vehicles they checked before they found the unlocked vehicles.
Now today, police did tell us they will be increasing patrols throughout this neighborhood for the time being. In Winchester, Jordan Valines, WKYT.
Winchester police say right now they do not have any suspects. The search for a woman missing at Cumberland Falls State Park has come to a tragic end. Search crews found the body of 24-year-old Nina Parker this morning. She was in the water not far from the entrance of the park. We're told the Owensboro woman was with 2 other people near Eagle Falls in McCreary County when she disappeared Saturday night. Our reporters are working on a number of other stories for WKYT starting at 4:30. Sam Dick joins us from the newsroom with a look at some of the news in progress. Good afternoon, Sam.
Good afternoon, Jennifer. 2 people are in the hospital, another in jail charged with DUI after the Scott County Sheriff said a passenger in an SUV tried to smack a pedestrian. It happened last night along US 25. Investigators say that Daniel Blackburn was driving with his passenger. They saw 3 people walking on the shoulder and said he wanted to smack one, but instead the passenger ended up butting heads as the SUV went past. According to the arrest citation, Blackburn told the deputy he drove his passenger to a nearby restaurant so he could walk to the hospital and then left. Investigators pulled him over along the bypass after they say they got calls about a reckless driver. He was charged with DUI. You'll hear reaction from police about this bizarre case coming up on WKYT News at 5 o'clock. Search and rescue crews have found a missing dog in central Kentucky. Maddie, an English setter, ran off at the BP in Stanton last night after chasing something into the woods. The owner and Powell County Search and Rescue began a search. They couldn't find the dog, but they did post her picture on their Facebook page and the page Friends of Powell County Pets. This morning, someone posted that she came to their house last night and spent the night sleeping on their back porch. We'll have more on this story coming up in our next half hour. That's a quick look at some of the news in progress. Jennifer, back to you.
Follow WKYT online at WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
Stocks climbing after comments from Fed Chair Janet Yellen that any interest rate hike would be gradual. The Dow added 31 points to close at 17,936. The Nasdaq picked up 9 and the S&P 4. Chicken is cheaper in the U.S. because of the bird flu outbreak in the Midwest. The virus forced farmers to destroy millions of chickens. That raised egg prices. But because exports of chicken have been restricted, there is an abundant domestic supply. Wholesale prices in the Northeast are 32% lower than this time last year. Amazon's newest delivery guy could be your neighbor. The Wall Street Journal reports Amazon is developing an app that would bypass carriers such as UPS and instead pay regular people to drop off packages en route to other destinations. Is there a wedding on your summer calendar? Millions of Americans will watch a friend or family member walk down the aisle. But before you say yes to that RSVP, you may want to make sure you know what it's going to cost you. Karen Capa has tips you need to know.
Nearly 79 million Americans will attend at least one wedding this year, and according to research by American Express, they will spend an average of $673 just to be a guest. Andrea Warrock is a personal finance expert who says think about how much it's going to cost you before you say yes to that wedding.
When it comes down to attending a wedding, you have to look at your budget and your finances. If you have a lot of weddings to attend this season, you might consider saying no to a few.
And it will be more expensive to go this year than last. Prices for hotel rooms, food, and new clothes have all gone up, but it's the airline ticket that could break the bank.
If you have to travel a far destination, especially considering that most weddings happen during the summer, during peak travel time. you really want to prepare in advance to find the best rates on those travel costs.
And if you're in the wedding party or attending any of the pre-wedding festivities, you'll spend even more, over $700 on average.
Don't go into debt to attend a friend's wedding.
So how can you celebrate and save at the same time?
If you are traveling and paying for airfare or hotel or gas to get to a faraway destination, you might spend less on the gift then. So don't feel like you have to break your budget. Spend what you can afford.
Her other tips: comparison shop on registry items, look for discounted gift cards and coupon codes online, split the cost of a gift with someone else, and don't assume that the group rate at the hotel is the best deal you can get. For Consumer Watch, I'm Karen Kafa.
Father's Day is Sunday, and the best gift of all to Dad may be time. Deanne Stevens is out and about today. She joins us from Morning Point to tell us about a special event going on there. Hi, Deanne.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. We are here at Morning Point, and this is the East location, Lexington East location, right? And you can see there's a little bit of putt-putt golf going on. Nice job, Mr. McClure. Are you giving out lessons today or what?
I'm giving out lessons.
You've done this a few times, it looks like.
No.
No, not at all. He says, well, he's going to be doing it this weekend in celebration of Father's Day. Susan Neville is with us. Susan, what is the event you guys are doing to honor dads?
We are doing putting at the point to celebrate Father's Day with our residents, and we have the Henry Clay golf team that will be here celebrating with us.
This looks like it's a great event in celebration of the dads, but a fun event for your residents. This is just kind of personal care facility, right? Tell us what you guys do and how events like this really highlight special days like Father's Day.
Yes, we here at Morning Point, we offer just some extra assistance for the aging population, so we can help with meals and housekeeping and that sort of thing. But most importantly, it gives them an opportunity to engage with other residents their age. We love bringing in the students into our community because the whole intergenerational, it's great for our residents, it's great for the students, it's just a lot of fun. And we have activities like this all the time, community events, that sort of thing.
Well, you mentioned the students. I don't know whether the Henry Clay golf team is taking tips or giving them this afternoon here at Morning Point. Guys, are you ready to get in there? And or they're doing pretty good on their own, aren't they?
Yes, ma'am.
Talk about the big celebration this weekend for Father's Day and how you all are volunteering your time to be here to be a part of it.
Well, I think you're never too young or too old to play golf. You can always do something involving golf. So I think we should give back to the community and help people around Kentucky play.
Well, you're doing a great job at it. Aren't they doing good?
Wonderful.
Wonderful. We're going to get some tips from the Henry Clay golf team when we return and more on how you can participate in the Father's Day celebration happening here this weekend at Morning Point. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about. Back to you guys.
It's time for Better Living, health, education, and consumer news that impacts your life. 1 week from today, it will be more difficult to buy some over-the-counter cough medicines in Kentucky. A new state law will affect medicines that contain dextromethorphan. To buy those medicines, you'll have to be over 18 and show a photo ID. There will also be a limit on how much you can buy. Supporters of the new law say it will prevent robo-tripping, where certain cough medicines are abused in order to get high. We'll break down details of the new law coming up on WKYT News at 5:30. In the U.S. has gone up for the first time in 7 years. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention found the birth rate for women ages 15 to 44 went up by 1% from 2013 to 2014. While it's a modest rise, it's the first increase since 2007, the start of the Great Recession. It appears the improving economy of the U.S. is encouraging more people to have children. A new study finds better counseling is the key to lowering unwanted pregnancies. Researchers from UC San Francisco and Planned Parenthood tracked 1,500 women who did not want to get pregnant. They found those who met with healthcare workers to discuss IUDs and implants were more likely to get the devices, which are the most effective birth control. New research shows very young children living in poverty experience a type of stress that hurts their ability to learn. Researchers at the University of Rochester tracked more than 200 low-income children starting when they were 2. They found children with high and low stress hormone levels had experienced trauma at home and had lower levels of cognitive functioning. If you feel like your internet has been slowing down, you're not alone. HTTP Archive tracked data and found the average time to download a website has gone up. That's because the average size of a website is nearly double what it was 3 years ago. The group says videos, pictures, and security are partly to blame. Online traffic is up as well, and that is also slowing things down.